Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Randy and this is RP Tactical. Today we're going to be discussing the Bodyguard 2.0 from Smith & Wesson. Specifically, we're going to be just going over some negative reviews and some bad comments that I've been seeing posted all over social media and on the internet. And I just can't have that. Being the big Smith & Wesson fan that I am, well, let me clear that up. I'm a fanboy of the 2.0 Bodyguard from Smith & Wesson in particular. Now, mind you, I love the whole lineup. Smith & Wesson, M&P, and the whole Smith & Wesson lineup for the last couple of years been phenomenon. I'm not knocking them, but this in particular is a gun that I love, and I really want to emphasize that. I love this gun as a pocket pistol, as an everyday carry pistol, whatever it is that I use it for, I love it for. Now, I'm not endorsed by them. I'm not sponsored by them. I don't make a dime from Smith & Wesson. So I'm not here to sway your decision one way or another into loving it, into buying it, into hating it, into whatever. Whatever you want to do is up to you. But with that being said, I just wanted to go over some of the negative reviews that I've been seeing posted and give you my thoughts and break it down for you from my perspective, just so that you have an insight of what is being said about it without hearing the bad reviews from these people and just swaying your decision into, oh, I hate it now. No, I want to break it down and give you the facts, and then you make an educated decision on whether or not if that's a deal breaker or not for you. Okay? Now, what I've been hearing is how hard the slide is to rack. And honestly, when I got this gun fresh out of the box, the slide was extremely hard. The slide was really hard to rack, and I was like, man, is it supposed to feel like that? But after shooting, I don't know, 130 to 160 rounds, this bad boy loosened up. And on top of that, I actually, when I got it and it was so rough and so hard to rack, for 2-3 nights, I just kept doing this while I was watching TV, while I was looking over something, while I had nothing to do, while I was on the toilet, whatever. I just kept racking it. And it opened up. I'm kid you not, I'm just doing this. It opened up a lot. However, if you are a small frame person or a female or someone with carpal tunnel in your hands, if you have arthritis in your hands, that might be difficult for you to do. This right here, doing it over a period of 2-3 days, or even going to the range and doing that a couple of times, it might be too difficult for you, and that's up to you to decide. You have two options. You could look into something else, just bypass it altogether and look into another firearm that is a little bit more easy to manipulate. Or if you have a significant other, if you have a younger wife or a husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, daughter, son, someone around you that's a little bit more stronger and is able to do that, have them rack it for you a couple of times. Let them take it out to the range and send through 100 rounds, and it will break up. It will loosen up tremendously. When I got this gun, I was not able to do it like this. No, that thing was too stiff. Moving along is the stiffness on everything. The stiffness on everything when it came down to mag release, when it came down to takedown lever, the slide lock, slide release, the ambi safety, all that stuff was just really hard straight out of the box. It's a brand new gun, and even other brand new guns that I've bought in the past wasn't as stiff as this. For some reason, straight out the box, this thing was really, really stiff and difficult to manipulate. But after times, like I said, I have 379 rounds to be exact through this gun. And right now, everything is working properly. Everything functions properly. And it runs like butter. It runs like butter. Before, I don't know if you can see that. Like I said, it is clear. All right. That that safety that's on both sides was really stiff. I could not do that. I could not do this with one finger. I was wondering what was going on with it and if I was doing something wrong. But no, it was just that stiff. Fresh out the box, this gun is just stiff. But I assure you, after you mess with this, I had this for, I don't know, 6 weeks, 2 months now, something like that. And let me just put you on. When I first got this, I had this gun for about 2 to 3 weeks before I even shot it. And I was so anxious. My anxiety was so high because I was so anxious, and I love the feel of it. I love the ergonomics of it. I love the texture. I love the way it fit. I just didn't know how it shot. And that's the main reason why you carry, right? Because reliability is king. It doesn't matter how good a gun is or how good it feels or the price of it or anything. If it's unreliable, just don't bother. But I took it down to the range 2-3 weeks later, and I shot, and man, was I relieved, because this thing shot great. It functioned great, and I'm thrilled. I'm happy with this as my pocket pistol overall. Moving along. Another negative review that I read was the mag. Loading the mag, and by God, loading the mag is not easy one bit. Loading the mag was so difficult that I was contemplating that maybe this was not really meant to hold 10 rounds, or the 12 round mag was not meant to hold 12 rounds, because it was just so difficult and hard, tedious to get in that 12th round. Honestly, I couldn't do it. I could not get in that 12th round by hand. It was just too stiff. I'm thinking maybe something is wrong with the spring. Maybe Smith & Wesson outdid themselves and they was trying to push an extra round when it was really meant to be a 9-rounder or something like that. But nah, I end up using my Uplula. If you don't have one of those, do yourself a favor. Go pick one up. Your fingers and your thumbs will thank you. Trust me. Now, back to that. I could not get in that 10th round for the life of me. I was messing with it. I was squeezing with it, and my thumbs was turning red. Now, I'm not the strongest guy, but I'm not weak either. So for me to be having that much difficulty to get that last round in, something was wrong. However, I put in the Uplula, I loaded it up, I left it for a couple of days, came back, took it out, loaded it up, and it broke in a little bit more. A couple of days later, I put in the ammo, and I loaded all the way up, and I left it, let that spring get some tension on it, and it wasn't a problem. Is it still stiff? Yes. Is it as stiff as it was? Nah, not at all. Not at all. Like, honestly, before, getting that in there was pretty much impossible without an Uplula. For me, it was a little difficult, to say the least. It was really difficult. And eventually it did loosen up, and I'm happy with it. It loads fine now. You don't need the Uplula. So I'm just telling you, over time it breaks in. It breaks in and everything runs like butter. Now, the next thing I was hearing was about the magazine fitting inside of the magwell. Yes, that is an issue at first. At first, put this in, get this like this, I could not do that. I could not press that in like that. I had to push it in, it would stop right there, and I had to beat and beat and beat and beat it for it to sit flush. Now, like I said, after some time went by, some shots went through it and everything, it runs good, it feels good, it goes in without a hitch, and that goes for the flush mag as well as the 12 round mag. So it's not, everything boils down to time. All right, give it some time, run some ammo through it, let this bad boy loosen up and open up. Let that chamber do its thing, and let the gun itself just function the way it's intended to function after being broken into. That's all I can say. Now, last but not least, what I've been hearing people complaining about is the 2-part feed ramp. And if you don't know what that looks like, I'm going to take it apart, field strip it off camera because of, you know, YouTube police. Now, the 2-part feed ramp is like this. Right there is a part 1. Right there, I don't know. Yeah, you guys can see that, right? It's right there. That's part 1. And that's part 2 right there. Part 2 right here, and it sits inside of there. Matter of fact, let me show you. This is how the barrel sits, and this is the 2-piece that they're talking about right here and right there. That is how the barrel fits. Part 1 of the ramp, part 2 into the ramp there, into the barrel. So that is the 2-part of this. Now, why is it a 2-part? All I could think of, like, I don't know, I didn't design the gun. The only thing I could think of is because of the size. It is the way it is because of the size. They had this 2-piece feed ramp because to get the 1-piece, they would have to make the slide itself bigger to accommodate the size of a 1-piece to make that fit. And once you make the slide bigger, then you got to make the lower half bigger, and then everything is just a little bit bigger. So in order to keep the size the way it is, they had to come up with that. Now, mind you, this is all speculation. This is all what I'm gathering from that system. I could be wrong or I could be right. I don't know. I'm just trying to clear that up of why I think it is the way it is and why they have a 2-piece ramp. For me, it's not a deal breaker. I don't care. That's why I do ammo testing, to see what functions and what runs in the gun properly. I don't buy a gun to match ammo. I buy ammo to match the gun, and that's just the way I think. Now, if you are the opposite, kudos to you, more power to you. I'm not here to judge, nor am I here to discourage you from doing your system the way you've been doing for X amount of years. I don't mind. All I'm saying is I test ammo because I want to see what runs in the gun properly and what I could buy and feel comfortable with sitting inside of my gun. All right. I know certain people only shoot a certain brand of ammo. Power to you. If it runs inside of here, great. If not, then I guess you'll be looking for another gun that it runs good in. For me, I've ran Federal, Winchester, Hornady. Those are the kind of gun brand of ammos that I'm comfortable with running inside of here, that I had no hiccups with, no malfunctions. And I'll continue to do some testing, but that's just what I wanted to go over with you guys. Now, mind you, this gun is awesome for me because it fit the needs. For you, it might be something else. I'm not here to sway you one way or another, and I just wanted to share my side of my thoughts on this particular gun right here and go over some of the problems that I've been hearing. I hope I didn't discourage you or encourage you to get it or anything. I just wanted to share what I've encountered and the resolution to those issues. If you find anything else wrong with the gun, or you have any questions or comments, or you want to leave your feedback, feel free to do so in the comment section below. And I would appreciate if you could hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. All those little things really help me out. It doesn't cost you a thing. Anyway, this video is already 15 minutes long. I did not intend for it to be this long. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right. Be blessed, be safe, or be dangerous. Peace out.